Geeky Pastimes here, and in today's video I just wanted to go through why we've kind of stopped on the Warzone Easter egg at the moment. So why there's no progress being made, why I'm not posting like new things we've discovered, why we're not sort of constantly streaming trying to find it. There's a few different reasons for it, but basically we found everything that you can find so far as we know. Obviously there's always a chance that we've missed something and someone's going to find something amazing, and that'd be absolutely awesome, that'd be really exciting. But we're fairly sure that we've found everything there is to find right now. So these are the things that we've found so far. The first thing, and I think probably the most important thing that came with the beginning of Season 4, were these shacks. Like this one near TV station. This has two keypads on it, and the keypads are kind of interesting because we can't do anything with them. Inside the shack there's a load of different documents and things that I know people have datamined and glitched into this and found them all and everything like that. But you can see there's clearly stuff in there. Stuff that we're going to need to look at or do something with in the future. There's actually quite a lot of the time loot spawns in there, and that's kind of interesting too. Now there's also these radio towers, so there's a bunch of these. They have been in the game before, but some of them, like the one between train station and hospital, seems to be lighting up at the moment, so that's kind of interesting. But we don't know if that's going to be important later on or not. Like it could be, and we think maybe the lights flashing on top might be important. Now obviously the next thing that's super important is Bunker 10. We know from people glitching through and things like that that there's a missile silo and loads of stuff in there. But in terms of getting in there, there's this keypad that's lit up. Now there's loads of these keypads on the map, but they're not all lit up, and we don't know what to do with it yet. One interesting thing is it has these 4 numbers lit up at the bottom, and if you cover the keypad up with a spray or bullets or damage or anything like that, like this, you can see it doesn't cover the numbers up. Now that could just be like a visual glitch type thing, you know, something that doesn't matter too much. But it's really interesting because that doesn't happen on all of the keypads with the same model. And in fact, there's lots of things on the map that if they do something special, you can't spray on them. So you can see you can't spray on the middle of the bunker door. If you spray on the edge of the door, it stops at the bit that's animated that opens. So these lights I think are definitely going to be important. They might tell us the order in which we have to do something, or it might help us work out which code we need to use or something like that. But that seems to be sort of pretty much where we're at with the Easter egg. We have these keypads we can't do anything with. Some people have been working on finding codes and stuff like that, but we don't have anywhere to put a code in. It's really, really hard to work out what to do. Now there are other things that we can speculate on, which is still pretty fun. So like this monument seems to have a really weird structure where it's got this round spiral in the middle, leaving a gap. And it also happens to be right over where people have seen that the missile is from Bunker 10. So it seems, you know, relatively possible that the missile could end up launching through this structure. You can look around, it looks like there's kind of almost a temporary concrete flooring there which could move or something. Now the other thing that's really interesting is if you just look to the right of the screen there's these 2 missile launchers. Now I've talked on Twitter a little bit about how I don't understand why we would be trying to nuke someone as an operator in Warzone. I think it's much more likely that we're there to try and destroy the missile. So maybe, obviously the sensible thing to do would be to destroy it within the silo, but I think to make it look a bit more exciting for something we can do in the game, maybe we'll be launching it out across the sea and then we'll use these missile launchers or something like this to try and shoot it down. That's just complete speculation on my part, but it seems possible. Now, this is Bunker 2. Now, I just wanted to go in here just to show you something. If you go down to Bunker 2, you can see there's a keypad on the right like the other bunker, but this one isn't lit up. So we don't think there's anything you can do with this, and if you spray it, it covers up all the lights. Now that's one of the things that tells me those lights are going to be key to whatever's going to come next, like whatever we're going to be able to do next. Now if you go over to Bunker 3, which is really close to Bunker 2, you can go down, just like go through the door and then turn around, and it's just on your right down there, you can drop through the hatch. You'll see that on the keypad on the bunker door there, it's lit up. Now just doing the same test, if you go over there, pick a spray on it, exactly the same thing where the lights are still lit up through the spray, and weirdly the spray actually stops at the above and below, so I think that's the little bit of the wall they sort of swap out which has the keypad model in it. I don't think it's just the keypad, it's actually that whole chunk of wall. Now another thing that we're looking at with the Easter egg, and something that's actually been there for quite a long time, this wasn't a new thing in Season 4, are the computers that are dotted around the map. So there's 7 computers dotted around the map that you can interact with. And this is just like the phones were before Bunker 11 could be opened. So this one inside Cubicle 9, you can see there's a computer here. It asks you to enter a password. We've got no idea what we can do with this. All you can do is press square and it just beep beep. Which is really similar to what it was like on Bunker 11 when it asked you to put in the number station code. There, it just used to beep beep like it's a failure. But then once we had done all the phones, once you've done the Morse code phones and got the number station code, it actually unlocks.
Keep yourself, Lewis.
Now the last thing that gives us any kind of clue about what we could be doing is obviously Bunker 11. Now Bunker 11 only changed a little bit in Season 4 because now you can pick up miniguns in there. But other than that, everything else is exactly the same. There's all the same messages on the wall and everything like that. So, in conclusion, we're kind of stuck with the Easter egg at the moment. We think they just need to add something to the game, add something that will let us interact with the keypads. I think it will be something to do with those lit up numbers underneath the keypads, but I don't think there's anything we can be doing there now. Now, one of the things that's happening a lot in the community is obviously there's loads of people glitching into the bunkers, and there's loads of people trying to data mine more files about the bunkers. And while that's absolutely fine, and there's lots of channels where you can see that stuff, I'm not personally that interested in trying to solve the Easter egg that way. I quite like using the data mining just to double check when we think we've hit a brick wall to make sure there isn't something that we've missed, because we can basically search for all the things that we found and then compare that to the other files around it to see whether there's anything extra. But I don't really want to solve the Easter egg that way. And similarly with the glitching, I'm not a big fan of sharing glitches or teaching people how to glitch or anything like that, because I think there's a chance it could, damage people's gameplay, and also it means it's kind of spoiling it for us when we do end up discovering things in the future. Thankfully, we got into Bunker 11 before anyone glitched through the bunker door or anything like that. So when we got in there, that's the first time we'd seen all of the cool stuff in there and seen the nukes and seen like the big red button and the computer screens and everything. And I kind of want to have that experience again when we finally get into Bunker 10 or Bunker 3 or wherever it takes us next. I don't really want to just be trying to overanalyze everything through glitching and stuff like that. Like I said, got no problem with the people that do, and there's channels for that kind of stuff. But on this channel, when it comes to Easter egg, everything is going to be a mixture of kind of trying to do things legit and maybe trying to do some like verifying of what other people have said, trying to make sure that no one else is trying to spread lies or anything like that. So, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe. If you've got anything to ask about the Easter egg, or you've got any suggestions of things that we could try, please leave it in the comments and we'll check it out. We'll probably have a look on stream. And please follow me over on Twitter at Geeky Pastimes, and over on Twitch I'm Geeky Pastimes as well. So thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.
I've never noticed these things say spa on them.
Have you noticed this, Johnny? Come in here. Seen in the background.
Background.